Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. The passing of a former Virgin Islands senator. Kenneth Mapp chooses his running mate, and your Caribbean report. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8.
News Channel 8 is sponsored by Centennial. Centennial is joining AT&T for greater coverage, more innovation, and better service.
In our top story tonight, former Senator Lorraine Berry has lost her bout with cancer. The longest-serving senator in Virgin Islands history died last night on St. Thomas as condolences pour in from Government House to Washington, D.C. Former Senator Kenneth Mapp also shared his thoughts on the dynamic woman with News Channel 8's Wes Small.
Thank you very much, Jerome. Condolences are pouring in from all over the territory, and I'm here now with former Lieutenant Governor Kenneth Mapp, also a former police officer, and today, of course, we're paying tribute and we're talking about the life of Senator Lorraine Berry. So now, former Senator Kenneth Mapp, you had the pleasure of serving with this dynamic woman, and boy, this is a blow to the entire territory. And you were just telling me off camera, Ken, that you had saw her recently, as well as about 10 days or so ago, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it was last week, and I am truly saddened by the passing of former Senate President Lorraine Berry. Lorraine and I started our political careers together in the 15th legislature back in 1983. We both got elected to that Senate, and Lorraine is the longest-serving senator in the history of the Virgin Islands legislature, wow, surpassing former Senator Earl B. Otley. And history is going to treat Lorraine well as a woman of distinction, a woman who really cared, who fought for the issues of children, who fought for the issues of women, who fought for the independence of the hospital systems in the Virgin Islands, who pushed status discussions and issues between the U.S. government and the local government. Lorraine and I really had an interesting relationship. There were times that we agreed, and there were times that we disagreed vehemently. And a lot of times between us, we would, whichever one prevailed, we would still hug and sort of whisper, "Don't worry, it ain't personal." And I had the good fortune of meeting her and sitting with her and visiting with her. I believe it was maybe last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, just before she came out of the hospital. And we sat and chatted about family, and of course we chatted about politics and the gubernatorial race, and a number of issues affecting the territory. And it really was clear that Lorraine accepted the fate of her destiny, and that she acknowledged clearly that this day would come. But notwithstanding, it certainly brings a deep sense of sadness, and certainly a deep loss for a Virgin Islands political icon. I really want to extend my condolences and my sympathies to her husband Richard, her daughter Roxanne, her son Kurt, and certainly I want to express my condolences to two people also that's very close to her, her longtime aide and friend and confidant, Mr. James Francis, and also her longtime aide and friend, Dr. Malik Sekou. I extend my condolences also to Lorraine's mom and her sisters. I think she was the eldest of the siblings, and just want to thank the family for sharing her with the people of the Virgin Islands. She certainly was a woman that was not cowed by her opponents. She would not be outsmarted by the many political coalitions that she put together, and she certainly did not turn in the face of disrespect or in anyone's attempt to demean her. And I pray that her soul rest in eternal peace.
Those are great thoughts and words. One thing I'd like to say, Ken, is about the budget. One thing that stands out in my mind is her going at it with that budget. And I believe she was a chairperson of the budget for years. And we all know that you and financial, you are a stalwart when it comes to business and finance. So did a lot of your fond memories of that senator have to deal with the budget and trying to get that budget together?
I'm not quite sure if I served in the Senate when she was the finance chair. I think she may have had other positions, and I know both her and I worked on the finance committee. I think at the same time.
Right.
And you know, Lorraine was one that wanted real numbers. You know, the putting the deck of cards together and putting the facade like we seem to be doing today with the budget and giving a pretense on the numbers. She was one that really wanted to see the real numbers, and you know, she was energetic. Her presence was certainly felt in the Virgin Islands political stage, and she will go down in history as a Virgin Islands political icon and stalwart.
All right. Well, with that, it's not politics as usual today, not with this gubernatorial candidate. Today, we are talking about Miss Lorraine Berry. And on a personal note, I remember when Donna Christensen was just getting her feet wet, and Lorraine Berry came over to Peter's Rest. And remember those big rallies that they had involved with Cecil Benjamin and the Democratic Party. Sorry about that. But still.
I am not, this is not the place for it, but I'm not anti-democratic.
All right.
You would be surprised how many friends I have in the Democratic Party.
All right, good with that. But those are memories that this reporter has of Lorraine Berry, the senator. When I met her, when I was just a young reporter at WSTX Radio, I still remember her and that smile. And so with that, our condolences from the entire staff and family here at Channel 8. And thank you very much, Kenneth Mapp, for sharing that with the public. Ms. Lorraine Berry, Senator, may you go in peace. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And we want to thank Kenneth Mapp for his words. And Lorraine Berry will truly be missed. She was an inspiration for all in the Virgin Islands. Kenneth Mapp has chosen Dr. Malik Saku as his gubernatorial running mate in the upcoming election, according to a press release this morning. Malik Saku is no stranger to Virgin Islands politics, as he attempted twice to run for Senate. He's also worked as a researcher for the Virgin Islands legislature in the past. And when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight.